Kneecap barred from entering Canada for supporting terrorist organizations. As far as I know, and this is in Canada, so trust me. Listen, us in Canada have not also escaped from the goddamn brain rot. Okay, I believe Canada just recently signed, and this is just something Carney did recently. I think it was today, like earlier this morning. He decided to sign a form, not a form. He signed some fucking shit into law right before the UN General Assembly, along with I think France, the UK, and Portugal, saying that they recognize a Palestinian state, but they're not willing to call what's going on in Palestine a fucking genocide. So it's like, I don't know, like again, you're calling for something for a state, but you're not willing to admit that what's going on there is a genocide, despite the UN also recently saying that it's a fucking goddamn genocide. So I don't know, it rings really really fucking hollow to me, especially when they do stuff like this, accusing Kneecap, a rap group from Ireland, who have done nothing in terms of advocating for terrorist organizations. I believe the example is the dude holding up like a fucking Hezbollah flag that was thrown on the stage by someone. That's not supporting a terrorist organization. To support a terrorist organization means to like give them actual like material assistance and shit like that under the definition of international law. And Kneecap has not done any of that. And somewhat one of I think it was a Liberal MP who was saying that. But what do we got here? The Irish hip hop trio Kneecap has been banned from entering Canada over what the federal government says is their own open endorsement for terrorist organizations. Really? Wait, just because they agreed with calls for death of the fucking IDF, that means it's like an endorsement of terrorist organizations? I don't think so. As far as I can tell, Kneecap, besides saying, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, and other sort of pro Palestinian slogans, as far as I know, they've not really engaged in any advocacy for any terrorist groups, right? Like, are they supportive of Hamas and Hezbollah? Have they ever indicated that they've been supportive of Hamas or Hezbollah? Have they ever given them material support? Like, if anything, they probably would have the take, like anyone else would. Well, this is specifically the take that I have, and I think they would probably agree with this, that due to the Abrahamic Accords, it makes perfect sense that an attack like October 7th occurred because Hamas felt like it was in a corner, politically speaking, right? So they had no other action that they could do besides, doing a fucking goddamn terrorist attack. Like, because that's what it was. It was a terrorist attack. And the reason why Hamas felt like it had to do that is because they were basically being completely shut out politically and diplomatically at the behest of Benjamin Netanyahu. Again, when Trump was fucking negotiating the Abrahamic Accords, Benjamin Netanyahu told Trump to not involve Hamas in any of the deals at all whatsoever. But Palestinians are quite a decent portion of the population within Israel. Seems like they should be able to have some form of a say of what's going on, especially if it's going to be Israel who's the main beneficiary. They also have to live with those fucking potential consequences. But no, for Benjamin Netanyahu, he wants to just ethnically cleanse the Palestinians. So if it means like letting the Palestinians have any form of like diplomatic out at all, no, that is an avenue that has to be cut immediately. So, Kneecap has engaged in actions and have made statements that are contrary to Canadian values and laws that have caused deep alarm to our government. Vince Gasparro, parliamentary secretary for combating crime, said in a video post on social media. Huh? Hmm. Canadian polling on Palestine. I know he's lying on this, by the way. I think it's about like 64% of Canadians support freeing Palestine. Or Angus Reid Institute. What do we have here? It was like what, two and three Canadians call humanitarian situation in Gaza a moral outrage. Most say Israel is blocking deliberate aid. Okay, get Jesus Christ. 3 and 5 have recognized Palestinian state. The same number say Hamas must be deposed. Okay, whatever the fuck that means. 61% say that the Canada should recognize Palestinian state. Same number agreeing that Hamas must be removed for this to be a realistic path forward. Yeah, it's probably not going to fucking happen. I mean, again, Hamas for the most part has been negotiating and rather trying to negotiate in fucking good faith. The problem is Israel. Israel is the one who's broadly speaking not operating in good faith. Like literally, they're one of their teams, diplomatic teams, got bombed in fucking Doha for fuck's sake in Qatar by the Israelis using diplomatic talks as a fucking goddamn honeypot, which is fucking crazy. So when the conflict began, Israel 28% and both sides equally 31% were chosen as the primary focus of Canadian sympathy, with 18% choosing the Palestinians. The latter opinion has now doubled to 37%, with 27% saying both sides and 1 in 5 saying Israel. Well, that's quite a fucking flip. Interesting. Not sure / can't say. Really? There's so much fucking video out there. I'm more like those are the motherfuckers that I'm the most curious about. Is the people who don't know. Oh wait, no. It's 17%. Oh, it's 17%. Yeah, that 17% is what I'm the most interested in. So as far as I can tell, in terms of majority support, a lot of people fucking support the Palestinians. Or wait, your sympathies rest more with both sides equally? This is such a strangely worded fucking question. Whatever. It's about 64% are supporting the side of the fucking Palestinians. And also, it depends. I'm so curious about how they sort of justified about equal. Like, is it about equal if they say, like, yeah, I understand that I feel bad for the fucking hostages, but I also feel pretty bad for the Palestinians who've been getting bombed to shit by these fucking Israelis. Like, I wonder what they mean by about equal. Like, that's my question here. Based on how you feel, how close is your view to the current view on Gaza? The humanitarian situation is a moral outrage. And that is a fucking goddamn majority amongst every fucking demographic in Canada, dude, saying that what's going on is just really bad. And it's in 3 in 5 fucking Canadians. It's a super majority. So, I mean, that's why like Mark Carney is trying to do the whole recognition of a fucking goddamn Palestinian state. Because of that 3 in 5 support, saying like, yeah, it's actually like really bad. But here's the fucking thing, and I've said this before. The reason why it's rather mealy-mouthed is simply just due to the fact that the problem is that the fundamental structure of apartheid is still going to be in place, even if there is a recognized Palestinian state. Now, the reason why they want a fucking Palestinian state is because it'll give more structure and more sort of like easy permissible ways to send aid to the Palestinians, which I can understand. The main issue is that it's not really addressing the root cause of the problem, and that is Israel. Israel is the root cause of the problem. They just want to fucking ethnically cleanse the Palestinians out of the territory and claim it all for themselves. That's the main problem. It's an ethno-nationalist colonial project. And that's the main criticism that's not really being engaged with in terms of the recognition of the Palestinian state. It's one of those situations like, it's a step. It's a step in the right direction. I can't disagree with that notion at all whatsoever. Kind of too little too late kind of a deal. It's, at this point, it's one of those things that it's just like, it's not going to really have much impact. Because again, well, just not the main structures and systems of apartheid are still going to be in place. The group have amplified political violence and publicly displayed support for terrorist organizations such as Hezbollah and Hamas. He said the band has denied supporting the militant groups. Yeah, I've not seen any fucking evidence whatsoever that Kneecap supported Hezbollah or Hamas. I've not seen any of that whatsoever. But then again, like, this is like the conflationary bit that all like liberals and conservatives like to do to lefties who say like, yeah, we support the rights for fucking Palestinians to have emancipation. Yes, absolutely, they should have rights. Because there's like a fringe few amongst like dumbass Marxist-Leninists in particular who basically say like, nah, Hamas should just like genocide all the Israelis or some shit. And it's just like, yeah, it's not gonna fucking work. Very silly for you to say that. That's not really politically feasible. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're just opening yourself up to attack for no reason. I don't really fucking agree with that. It's very stupid. In announcing the group's ineligibility, Gasparro explained that his government would not allow Canada to be a platform for extremism or political violence. Oh, I'm sure. Kneecap had been scheduled to perform in Toronto and Vancouver next month. Last month, the group announced it was canceling 15 shows in the U.S. Yes, because they also had their visas revoked in the U.S. Because, again, the U.S. is obviously in full-throated support of the fucking genocide that's going on there. Belfast trio known for anarchic energy. It's known for its anarchic energy, satirical lyrics, and use of symbolism associated with the Irish Republican movement, which seeks to unite Northern Ireland, currently part of the UK, with the Republic of Ireland. The group has faced criticism for fucking lyrics laden with expletives and drug references, and for political statements seeming to glorify militant movements. Oh, please, fucking spare me this bullshit, bro. Like, who the fuck cares about any of that shit, dude? Like, no, they said swears and talk about drugs. No! How dare they do these things? And, you know, it sort of, twist ourselves into a pretzel to say that they glorify militant movements. But, okay, sure, whatever. One member of the group, Liam Ogo? I don't know how to fucking speak Gaelic. Hanadia, who performs under the name Mochara, is facing terrorism charges in the UK after allegedly waving a Hezbollah flag on stage at a November 2024 gig in London. He returns to court September 26th, which is complete bullshit, by the way. Dude, some, like, random dude just threw a fucking goddamn Hezbollah flag on the fucking stage, and the dude just, like, picked it up and just was like, it's like, yeah, it's a Hezbollah flag. Woo. That doesn't mean they're glorifying the goddamn, terrorist movement or the terrorist group. That's not what that means. Like, there's just no evidence to say that, but whatever. Ben comes on the same day Justice Minister Sean Fraser tabled new legislation that promises to create 4 criminal code offenses, including one that would make it a crime to intentionally promote hatred against identifiable groups in public using certain hate or terrorism-related symbols. Oh, here's Vince Gasparro. What did he say?
Recently, the rap group Kneecap has engaged in actions and have made statements that are contrary to Canadian values and laws that have caused deep alarm to our government.
Dude, if you really fucking think for 3 fucking goddamn seconds that a random Irish rap group of 3 fucking dudes is gonna cause, like, a fucking, like, potential break within the systems of the state of Canada, then you're delusional. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is, like, 3 random dudes. Kneecap's not even, like, that big of a fucking goddamn artist group, right? Like, I have no idea how popular they are, but, like, yeah, it's just fucking copium, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The group have amplified political violence and publicly displayed support for terrorist organizations such as Hezbollah and Hamas.
That's just a lie. There's, like, no evidence to suggest that they displayed any evidence for fucking Hezbollah or Hamas. This is nonsense.
These are not expressions of art or legitimate political critique. They are dangerous endorsements of violence and hate. Notably, one member of the band is currently facing terrorism-related charges in the United Kingdom.
Keep in mind that these sort of, like, dumbass terrorism-related charges are also being slated onto Palestine fucking goddamn action. And again, what was the terrorism that fucking Palestine action was engaged with? Spraying some fucking goddamn paint on a fucking airplane, dude. Like, it's complete nonsense. Oh, they got 120K on YouTube? That's pretty popular, yeah. They're, like, obviously, like, in the grand scheme of things, are they the biggest? Well, no. You can still, I still make the argument that they're pretty fringe, like, relatively speaking. Like, I have not heard of fucking Kneecap until they started doing, well, pro-Palestinian fucking advocacy, which is base of them, obviously. I think it's a good thing that they do that, obviously. It's not, like, a knock on them in particular. It's just, like, I'm talking about in, like, the overall, like, grand scheme of things. I'm not, like, the biggest fucking music expert, per se, but whatever.
Criticism of foreign governments is protected under Canada's Charter of Rights and Freedoms. However, advocating for political violence, glorifying terrorist organizations, and displaying hate symbols that directly target the Jewish community.
Is holding a Hezbollah flag a hate symbol? What does that mean? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, again, some dumbass fucking threw a Hezbollah flag on the stage, and the guy took it, grabbed it, and just fucking waved it. That doesn't mean you're like glorifying a symbol or anything. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you saying? It's complete nonsense, dude. Oh, excuse me. It's just complete utter fucking nonsense, dude.
Are not protected forms of expression and will not be tolerated by our government.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That is why, as Parliamentary Secretary for Combating Crime, I am announcing that effective immediately, the members of Kneecap have been deemed ineligible to enter Canada. Canada stands firmly against hate speech, incitements to violence, and the glorification of terrorism. Political debate and...
Wait, what are some of the fucking lyrics that they have said in some of their songs? I'm really curious. Boy Meets Minnie, can you give me any of the sussy ones? Do you know in particular? You said that you yourself have said that you listen to some of their music. Can you give me an example, like a link to anything whatsoever? I just want lyrics. I don't want the song itself, right? No copyright arena. I'm very, very curious to see like what lyrics. Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, we've bowed our heads for like fucking dumbass fucking Nazis and shit like that, and we have the RSS to run a chapter in fucking goddamn Canada. Like, spare me it, dude. Like, we already have terrorist organizations operating within fucking Canada. Like, quite literally. And I've said this story before. But my neighbor, Indian neighbor, this is back when I was at home with my parents. I think it was during Christmas. You know, I was staying over for fucking Christmas and shit. Basically, what happened was I was just chilling, and then all of a sudden, there was a car that was lit on fucking fire. A car. Now, for reference, my neighbor is Indian, and from what we know, or at least from what I know, the arson was committed by 3 different other Indian dudes. Now, my neighbor, he owned a factory, I believe. He had his own fucking business and shit. He owned a fucking factory. And we have no idea about, like, what other motivation it could have been besides, like, was it, like, an RSS-led hit or something? Or from, like, some random revenge from, like, some disgruntled employees? I think the investigation for that shit might still be fucking going on. But they, like, lit the fucking car on fire and completely destroyed the car. It was one of the fucking most insane things I've witnessed. Because, like, given, you know, I've talked about this before, but my mother is incredibly fucking paranoid. She's only gotten more paranoid because of a lot of immigrants that decided to come in. You know, the classic suburbanite sort of thing. This arson attack basically just, like, elevated that to, like, fucking 11 for her. She only got, like, more paranoid because of that shit. It was fucking wild, dude.
Free speech are vital to our democracy, but open endorsements of terrorist groups are not free speech.
Damn, it's a good thing they never did that. Like, again, what's the evidence? The only piece of evidence was because one of the dudes literally fucking held a goddamn Hezbollah flag. That doesn't mean you're endorsing a terrorist organization. If I was holding a fucking goddamn flag up of Israel, would that be me glorifying a fucking terrorist organization? They're currently committing an ethnic cleansing. They're starving out the fucking Palestinians. These are broadly things that are terroristic in nature. But that wouldn't be considered me glorifying a goddamn terrorist organization. What if I held up a flag of the RSS? What if I did that? Would that be me glorifying a fucking goddamn terrorist organization then, Vince? Like, listen, it's either one or it's nothing. Like, you can't have it all. Or all or nothing, not one or nothing. It's either all or fucking nothing, Vince. You can't have it in between.
Our government remains steadfast in protecting all Canadians, and in this instance, Jewish Canadians, from anti-Semitism and hate more broadly. Let me be clear. Canada is never to be used as a platform for extremism or political violence.
Sure,
and
man.
we will not
Yet we have an RSS chapter in fucking Canada. Okay, bro.
tolerate international conflicts being used as an excuse to intimidate and harass Canadians here at home. Thank you very much.
Damn, too bad that wasn't fucking happening. Literally no fucking evidence of that whatsoever. What is this? Full lyrics of the new single, Kneecap, the recap. Funny. Where's is this the more famous stuff with, what? The terrorism shit? You wank. They said you wank. We'll call it reparations. Tried to take my money, but I came and collected back. Kemi Yawali. What the fuck is this? The fucking Britishisms, dude. What's Kemi Yawali? What does that even mean? What the fuck is, Beta Knock? I have no idea what the fuck that means. Listen, this is too highfalutin for me. The lyrics are mainly about MP, Kemi Badenoch. Oh. Wait, let me see. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch is behind the inspiration of the song with lyrics like, get me Kemi's money and, give her our thanks. They also say in the song, the politician's career is going to rot, and references Margaret Thatcher as well as Badenoch's attempt to block their arts funding in the Conservative Party's election loss. Ah, okay. Yeah, obviously, yeah. This that has to definitely mean fucking I support terror groups in Gaelic. That's true, 1000%. So basically, they're just saying that, hey, fuck this one conservative MP for cutting arts funding, which we would benefit from, because conservatives hate the arts. Okay, that seems pretty reasonable to me. Sure, whatever. Yeah, fuck that bitch. Jewish groups have been asking Ottawa to ban the group since June. Yeah, what Jewish groups? The Zionist 3IQ dipshits? Sure, man. Along with the English punk rap duo Bob Vylan. Over comments, they argue and cite anti-Semitism. Gasparro's video did not mention Bob Vylan. Really? Really? What? Just because man said fucking death to the IDF? Which, let's be fucking honest here. Hey, dipshit fucking Jewish group. Are you sure you guys are okay with the IDF doing starvation of the Palestinians in your name? Listen, we could do the whole meme, right? Palestinians seeking food. Israeli killings of Palestinians seeking foods are a war crime. Sure, how about we do what? Israel bombing. Listen, we can do all the classics. Bombing journalists. They also did bomb Qatar, which is a U.S. ally ostensibly, but whatever. Israel attack on Yemeni newspaper was the second deadliest on journalists ever recorded. They attacked the Yemeni newspaper. Woof! 31 journalists and media staff were killed by Israeli strikes on newspaper offices in Yemen last week. By the way, Yemen, poorest country on the fucking planet, dude. Very, very cool. How about Israel attacking aid workers? That's like one of my favorites. They attacked also aid convoys. The classic that I love going to consistently. I love going to this link. It's one of my favorite links to show the abhorrence of fucking Israel. Israelis attacking known aid worker locations, and this is in reference to World Central Kitchen. Keep in mind, World Central Kitchen had a convoy of about 7 vehicles looking to give food to the Palestinians, of course, who were starving at the time, and was going along the pre-approved Israeli route, and also was attacked by Israeli drones while going on the, let's just say, the pre-approved Israeli route. So, I don't know, fucking spare me it, you fucking dumbasses. B'nai B'rith? Whatever. Canada, a Jewish advocacy group, welcomed the news Friday, saying the government's decision should set a precedent. Yeah, dude. A dude holds a fucking flag, so, therefore, like, that means he's a fucking terrorist and is glorifying terrorism. Okay, bro, whatever. Like, all they did was wave a fucking flag. Like, that's it. It's so fucking stupid, dude. Kneecap has repeatedly glorified violence and extremism, from waving a Hezbollah flag in London to inciting hostile chants at major festivals. Like what, death the IDF? Fuck the IDF. Yeah, they're a terrorist organization. They can, like, suck shit for all I give a fuck. So that's cool. The organization sent a press release. Their incitement is not just a danger to the Jewish community, it's also a danger to Canadian values and to all Canadians. Oh, I'm sure. Very few of these strikes are incidental. It's always the intention. That's true. That's true. Kneecap has accused its critics of trying to silence them because of their support for the Palestinian cause throughout Israel's war in Gaza. They have said they don't support Hezbollah and Hamas, nor do they condone violence, which again, like I've said before, there's just no evidence, dude. There's no evidence of it whatsoever, but whatever. The band responded to Gasparro in a post on X, or Twitter rather. A message to Vince Gasparro. Wholly untrue and deeply malicious will not accept it. No member of Kneecap has ever been convicted of any crime in any country ever. Whilst we outrageously try to claim we are anti-Semitic, the Times newspaper in England today wrote of our headline show in London last week as empathetically anti-sectarian. Okay, dude. We have today instructed our lawyers to initiate a legal action against you. Based? Wait a minute. Yeah, fuck this stupid ass bitch fucking Vince Gasparro, this stupid little fucking sniveling coward. We will be relentless in defending ourselves against baseless accusations to silence our opposition to a genocide being committed by Israel. When we beat you in court, which we will. Base? I love the confidence. We will donate every cent to assist some of the thousands of child amputees in Gaza. God, they're so base, dude. Holy shit, dude. Recently, many efforts have been made by your government to remove our ability to travel to Canada despite having valid ETAs. We are aware of significant lobby groups, Allied Voices for Israel, the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs and Indigenous Embassy, Jerusalem, attempting to influence your government and its representatives through serious misinformation, which we are acting against legally. Based? Yeah, fuck. Yeah, honestly, sue the fuck out of these stupid losers, okay? Make them lose all their fucking relevance and money. Fuck these stupid bitches. Fuck these, like, dumbass Zionist lobby groups, okay? Supporting a thing that basically 3/5 of Canadians fucking disagree with. Very, very cool. Yesterday, responded with all information requested of us to the immigration/ETA authorities. It is our view that when they released, there was no legal basis on which to stop us, that they today, via Vince Gasparro, sought to maliciously misrepresent Kneecap. It's really, really funny. Again, like, there's just, like, no evidence whatsoever at all that they are glorifying a terrorist organization. Like, a dude just held the fucking Hezbollah flag. Like, that's it. They held the flag, and that's it. That means they're glorifying terrorism. Like, please, spare me it. Meanwhile, by the way, we here in Canada are still manufacturing a bunch of the fucking goddamn weapons and shipping it off to the fucking Israelis. So, spare me it, dude. It's complete nonsense. We played in Canada many times with zero issues and a message of solidarity and love. But we are sorry that we cannot be with you next month, but we will not be silenced and will always oppose genocide. Use your voices in Canada, stand up and speak out. I can't really disagree with that. Very, very cool. And then it makes me lose my fucking place. Cool. Saying the allegations he made in the video were wholly untrue and deeply malicious. They said they would be taking legal action against them. We will be relentless in defending ourselves against baseless accusations to silence our opposition to a genocide being committed by Israel. And then that's to Canadian fans. And that solidarity and love, we will always oppose genocide. Based. The federal government has the powers under the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act to deny someone entry to Canada based on a number of reasons, including espionage, committed war crimes, criminal convictions, organized crime, medical condition, dangerous public health, unwilling or unable to support financially the family, lying on documents, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Ministers of public safety or immigration can also deny someone entry if, in the opinion of the minister, the person seeking entry is a national security or public safety threat. Do they really think that this fucking 3-man group, this rap group named Kneecap, is going to be a fucking threat to fucking safety and a threat to national security? All because they held the fucking Hezbollah flag. Okay, bro. Like I just think about it for literally 3 seconds. The same justification that the British government used to classify Palestine Action as a terrorist organization, again, was they sprayed a little bit of paint. Oh no, they sprayed a little bit of fucking paint on a plane, dude. Spare me. It's so stupid, bro. Immigration lawyer and policy analyst Richard Kurland told CBC News that Indigenous people, permanent residents, and Canadian citizens can enter the country by right. All others can be turned away by the law. Kurland also said the language the federal government uses to describe categories of inadmissibility are deliberately broad. Yeah, I wonder why they're made deliberately broad. Because the basis of the accusation is very fucking flimsy at best. For example, saying someone committed an offense without clarifying if that means they're being charged or convicted because immigration decisions do not rise to the standard of court rulings. Yep, we've seen the Vince Gasparro sort of response. He was very evasive, non-committal, let's just say. He was not very specific in terms of what Kneecap did or said in particular, which makes me think that, yeah, this is a bunch of bullshit. It's just a bunch of gobbledygook. There's nothing to go here. So if there is information or evidence to the effect that there's a reasonable suspicion that the person will commit a hate crime, that's enough. Really? So some fucking schizo freak can just be like, I think you might do it, all because you held the flag for 5 seconds. That means you're gonna randomly attack a Jewish person in Canada. That's complete fucking nonsense, dude. It's so fucking stupid. Kurland says that because it was a government decision to ban Kneecap from entering Canada, the ban can only apply for a judicial review rather than challenge the decision in court. A judicial review, however, does not re-examine merits of the person's entry request, but instead looks at whether an error of law was made in refusing them entry. Kurland says that because ministers have the authority to act on a reasonable suspicion and one of the group's members is facing terrorism charges, the case would not likely go very far. Well, the problem is that the basis of those terrorism charges the UK have brought up against Kneecap is stupid as fuck. The dude just held a fucking goddamn, flag. That's it. He held the fucking Hezbollah flag. That means he's a fucking terrorist? Okay, I guess if I'm holding an Israel flag, that means I'm also a fucking goddamn terrorist. The standard here is fucking absolutely ridiculous. But then again, Canada, will do the thing where it's just like, oh yeah, we'll recognize a Palestinian state, but still send armament shipments to the fucking goddamn Israelis while they're committing genocide and an ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. So I don't know, all this fucking shit just rings hollow, and it's just like, we're still just helping contribute to the fucking abhorrent fucking goddamn conditions on the ground when it comes to what's going on with the Palestinians within Israel. So, I don't know. Fucking spare me at Canada. You guys are stupid pussy-ass bitches. Cope, seethe, mauled. You're just doing this because you're fucking mad. And, yeah, I don't think there's really much else to say besides, I don't know, fucking cope about it, Canada. Fuck you.